There's a moment every striker dreads, not when they miss, but the 2 seconds after, when the ball sails wide and they realize it started again. He lowers his head. Teammates look away, some in frustration, some in pity. The camera pans across 70,000 fans, but not a single one is looking at anything except him. No player feels more alone than the man who was supposed to deliver. Buried by expectation, by memory, by fear. Every match, every touch, every time the ball finds his feet, it comes with a question. Are you him or are you done? They say strikers live for goals, but the truth is they live under them. Because in football, a striker is never just playing a game. He's auditioning. One goal makes you a hero. To games without one, you're a fraud. But you're also the first one blamed when your team bleeds. You are only loved if you kill, quickly, efficiently, without remorse. For games, you're finished. This isn't pressure. This is psychological warfare. You're not allowed to miss, not allowed to hesitate. And the worst part, it's where they come to die. No one in football is paid more to do one thing and punished harder for not doing it, even when you do everything right. One miss can erase it all. This is the unspoken truth. The striker position isn't where dreams live. Directly, on one man's shoulders, and that man is usually the striker. The burden isn't shared, it's placed. They're not asked to create, or control, or balance. But if you miss the one chance you were bought for, you fail. They're asked to finish. Into the comment sections your PR team tells you not to read every single time. You can run 11 kilometers, make 9 perfect ball movements, and win for aerial duels. Fans won't remember the build-up. They won't remember the angle. You carry contracts, careers, expectations of cities and nations. They'll just remember the score, and whether you put your name on it or let it slip. Onto the pitch, into your dreams. Footage, Romelu Lukaku staring blankly after the World Cup miss versus Croatia. The headlines, the memes, the mockery. They don't see the man. They see the price tag. £75 million, 120 million euros, $100 million. Numbers that follow you everywhere. You were once a kid who loved football. Now you're an investment, a return, a product line. You don't just carry the weight of goals. It's not just about scoring. It's about never not scoring. Every drought becomes a scandal. Every mistake becomes betrayal. And as the crowd leans in, praying, hoping they forget something simple, you're not a machine. You're just a man. And men break. The miss itself takes half a second. But in the striker's mind, it never ends. You feel it in your chest before the ball even stops moving. The sharp drop in adrenaline. The eyes on you. The silence. Deafening. You replay it in your head. Again and again and again. Until it's not a memory. It's a nightmare you walk through while awake. Your body moves before your brain has time to catch up. That's how goals happen. Instinct, rhythm, confidence. But a miss disrupts the rhythm. It introduces doubt. You start second-guessing everything. Your timing, your touch, your position, your worth. The ball comes again. This time, you're thinking, and that's the problem. Because the great strikers don't think in front of goal. They trust. But what happens when the trust is gone? It's not just one miss anymore. It's the next one. And the one after that, and doubt is poison for a striker. The headlines said he choked. The fans called him a fraud. But only a striker knows what it feels like to carry a single moment for the rest of your life. Strikers are told to move on, but their brains won't let them. It's not about technique, or form, or finishing drills. It's about the war inside their own heads. And once you lose that war, no coach, no crowd, no contract can save you. They called him a legend. On Sunday, by Friday, they were asking if he should be dropped. That's the striker's life, a roller coaster with no brakes, no seatbelt, and no time to enjoy the view. You're only as good as your last goal, and your last goal is never enough. Football fans don't love strikers. They love what strikers give them, joy, relief, victory. But once the goals stop coming, so does the love. It doesn't matter what you did last season or last month. You're only remembered for what you didn't do today, fast. And when the goals dry up, it gets cold. You train the same. You want it just as badly, but your legs feel heavier. Your confidence is cracked. Your name is still printed on the shirt, but the man who wore it feels like a ghost. No more chants, no more commercials, no more kids imitating your celebration in the park. You become a cautionary tale, a warning sign. Young strikers are told, don't end up like him. One bad season erases 5 great ones, and no one waits for a comeback anymore. This game doesn't let you fade gracefully. It replaces you, publicly, brutally, and the striker, he doesn't get to age. He either explodes or he disappears. Every striker wears a mask, smiles in interviews, shouts in warm-ups, fist pumps after goals. But most of the time, it's all theater. They say confidence is everything. But in truth, confidence is the biggest lie in football. Not something you build. It's something you fake. Until it stops breaking you, it's not real, not steady. Because no striker truly believes he'll score until he does. And in the moments before that, he's just pretending, for the fans, for the coach, for himself. You can tell when the mask slips, the hesitation, the stutter step, the tiny look up at the bench after a miss, the muted celebration after a goal, like he doesn't know if he has allowed to feel happy anymore. These aren't athletes anymore. These are men trapped in their own minds, performing a role that eats them alive. Because when you're a striker, you don't get to be human. You have to be inevitable. And if you're not, someone else will be, tomorrow, cheaper, younger, hungrier. So you smile, you train, you say all the right things, and every night, you wonder, what if I never score again? They say strikers live for the spotlight. But that light burns. Because it doesn't just show your triumph. It shows everything. Your misses, your slumps, your breakdowns, your silence. No one in football is watched more closely or judged more harshly. You score, and the spotlight turns golden. If the midfield disappeared, if the manager had no plan, you miss, and it turns surgical. It doesn't matter if the defense collapsed. If you're the striker, the story is always about you. You were supposed to save them, and if you didn't, you're the reason they suffered. No assist can fix it. No hustle redeems it. You're not allowed excuses. Only numbers. Only goals. Even when you win, it doesn't last. And yet, every striker knows. A 20-goal season becomes your new standard. A record-breaking run becomes your new minimum. And when you fall below it, even slightly, you're not just underperforming, you're stealing. From your club, from the fans, from the game. This is the truth they don't tell you. Being a striker isn't glory. It's pressure dressed as praise. It's applause that disappears the moment you stop feeding it. You're the front line. You're the headline. You're the weapon and the scapegoat. And no matter how many goals you score, you will always feel one miss away from being broken.